Hi everyone, Robert Kajiwara here. I'm continuing my studies for the PhD in history through Liberty University, and as part of the program, I'm required to talk a little bit about Christian history in the United States. Today, I was given the assignment of doing a short little 5-minute video about one particular Christian denomination in the United States. I could choose whatever denomination I wanted, but the catch is I cannot choose my own denomination. I come from a Baptist background, so I'm not allowed to do this video about the Baptist Church. So instead I decided to focus on the Methodist Church, because I think the Methodist Church has had a significant impact on the formation of the United States, and we'll talk a little bit about why. So as I've mentioned before, Hawaii has a very extensive Christian history. At one point, the Hawaiian Kingdom was considered the most Christian nation on earth. So Hawaii still has a pretty strong Christian influence. It's not nearly as strong as it used to be, mainly because of the U.S. invasion and occupation of Hawaii. It's really hurt Christianity here in Hawaii. A lot of people here in Hawaii don't trust the Christian church anymore because of that invasion, the continuing U.S. occupation. There are some large churches here in Hawaii, but most of them these days anyway are non-denominational churches. Churches like New Hope or Hope Chapel and many other non-denominational churches. They've done really well over the last couple of decades, whereas the older denominations like Baptists and I think Methodists and many others have struggled, have seen a sharp decline in membership over the last couple of decades, mainly because they've struggled to reach younger people, especially millennials. I did visit a Methodist church here on Oahu once. It was a Korean Methodist church, very large Korean Methodist church, nice big buildings and campus, brand new. It was pretty impressive. My friend was playing piano. That's why I visited. So as I said, I think the Methodist Church has had a important impact on U.S. history. It was one of the earliest denominations to form it. The Methodist Church has its beginnings in England. It came out of the Church of England, and then eventually, moved over to the United States, where it really took off. George Whitefield, who I talked about last time, came from a Methodist background. Later, some other important figures in the United States were also Methodist, such as George W. Bush and Hillary Clinton, and Beyonce. Well, Beyonce attended a Methodist church, I think, as a child. Even the comic book hero, Superman, that's right, Superman, in the comics, he is said to be a Methodist, or at least his earthly parents were Methodists. And I think that kind of illustrates how impactful the Methodist Church was, at least at one point. It still is to an extent, but maybe not quite as impactful as it used to be. Methodist churches were a big part of both the First and Second Great Awakenings, that is, periods in American history that saw a tremendous amount of Christian revival. Methodists played a strong role in helping shape the early American education system. They promoted literacy and education as a whole, helped to form the early American curriculum, especially for children. Methodists also tried to educate African Americans and Native Americans and saw some success. Today, the African Methodist Episcopal Church, which broke off from the Methodist Episcopal Church, it was founded due to cultural and racial reasons rather than to theological differences. But it exists to this day and has around 3 million members worldwide. Methodists placed a lot of emphasis on works of charity and support for the poor and the sick and the disadvantaged. And so Methodist ministries to slaves in America were successful, and it became perhaps the largest denomination of slaves. And today there are Methodist churches around the world on every continent. Membership, as I mentioned earlier, has declined, at least in North America and in Great Britain and in Hawaii. But I'm told membership is actually growing in other continents. So there you go. That's a brief history of the Methodist Church and why it is an important part of U.S. history. I hope you liked this video. If so, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more of our videos. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.